Hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend. Welcome in. As always, I am Strange. This is Red Panda. So we are on episode 2 of Mallory Rock. So yeah, but last time we had to figure out where the body was actually dumped, right? Rather than where she fell from. Okay.
Yes.
So last time we were able to use Riptide current data and some stuff from the kids of the school that did a Riptide project. We were able to find some different locations on the map, be able to get that all taken care of, and figure out that where her body was found was not where she actually fell from. So she did not fall from the cliff, as they had stated. Uh, and yeah, so I think last time too we saw some previews, right? Like we got some answers back about that Gwen was going to try to reach out to her contact within the police department and be able to try to get some more information, such as the autopsy report, and a few other items as well. So we also, yeah, I think the stone, right? So the Hope Stone was also something that was found on the beach, right? That we turned up. So yeah,
I think she mentioned that in the email after we had sent in our suspicions.
So before we get into episode 2, though, there was some stuff in between, right? There were some emails that were sent in between, with that we got correspondences from Gwen. There was one that had its own mystery to solve in and of itself, and that was the Tales from the Archives email. Let's see if I can open this original. So in this one, it talked about Edgar Mallory. And so there was a bit of a mystery for you all to solve within this email, and it had to do with what happened to Edgar Mallory, right? So there was a tree that had some carving on it. There was a Thomas Edgar Mallory that popped up overseas in England, and so they were trying to figure out if that was the same person. There was this carving which said the Bard of Avon, 87th 1-1. However, no one knew what that meant. So Bard of Avon is actually Shakespeare. So what was it? Was it sonnet? No, not sonnet.
I can't remember what they were called now.
Let me do this. Let's see what that one was. So
it is sonnet, I think.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yep. So sonnet 87 is what it's referencing. And then, of course, the 1-1 means line 1, word 1. So with that sonnet, there we go. So this is the sonnet. So that first word is farewell. So what Thomas Edgar was writing was farewell. Now, with that story, we were, there's a little bit of a debate, I think, with us at least, on what that farewell specifically was meant for. Was it that Thomas Edgar was saying farewell to someone specific on the island, and maybe there's some kind of turmoil and conspiracy going on within the island, or was Edgar just simply saying farewell to the island and just proving that the Thomas Edgar that was in England was the same Edgar? So that's what, with that email, that's what that was. That's what you had to try to solve. And was to get to that point, to figure out what this sonnet was. All right. Make sure. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, should drop a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There we go. All right. So we'll and then the music's gonna get turned off anyway, because we're gonna get into Mallory Rock episode 2. So we'll start off with with the video. If you didn't get a chance to watch last month's episode, quite okay. You can catch up by going to that link right there. Go to my YouTube. You know, you feel free. I don't care about click-through rates, all that stuff. I mean, but so just feel free to click through, catch up on the stuff you need to catch up on, or watch the whole thing if you want to watch the whole thing. So that is up there and going. And then we'll also replay. So we'll replay the video too for the season teaser trailer, just to kind of help us make sure that we have everything, or to see if there's anything that we recognize, and might refresh stuff too for this episode. Let's see. I need to get to the right thing though.
Mallory Rock. I'll never know what Beth saw on this miserable island. 6 weeks ago, her body washed up on North Beach.
It's Beth.
The cops think it was an accident. They said she fell from a bluff and drowned. There's only one problem. Beth was scared of heights, and I mean terrified.
My sister was murdered.
We did prove that, right?
Front desk.
Hi, I was wondering if you could recommend a place for dinner.
That number
Not
on the
really.
phone, I'm
No.
curious about. Like,
Beth's life was a little messy,
it's got
but I
that-
thought everyone liked her.
that number,
Someone on the
127,
island
zooms in
wanted
on
her gone.
somebody's room
I'm
number.
sending you everything I can find. Evidence, clues, passwords, photos. I need your help to find out who killed Beth.
We commit Beth's body to the ground, its final resting place. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
I can't keep going behind the chief's back with these things.
I know. I think I'm close here.
You are blinded by the good that you think you're doing.
This could be good for both of us. And the island.
The thing about Mallory Rock is, everyone here is just a little off. We have
I think
to figure
that's
this out.
like your suspicion was the farewell. Was it farewell to somebody, and then there was like a cover
Sorry
up
about your
for the
sister.
island.
This island can be so cold at times. You know?
Oh, that laugh.
Right? I know that laugh. Okay. All right, there we go. So yeah, so we've got some items in the box. So we'll open that box up first. I mean, obviously I've got Gwen's letter up already, but here, let's go to full screen so you can see these items hopefully a little bit better. There we go.
There was one more thing I wanted to mention from the next box that we didn't touch on too much yet. It had to do with her funeral. The pastor had left a message, a coded message that we didn't talk about yet again. So
yes. So yeah. The one
think
that
it says I must try to forgive her. I'm not sure who it was meant to be to, but I thought that might be important going into this next chapter. Here
yes.
it is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I must try to forgive her.
So yeah, so from the Celebration of Life one, this was on the back of the pamphlet. So that was we were able to figure that out, And yeah, I solved that down to I must try to forgive her. So yeah, so I'm not sure.
We'll see.
Yeah, we don't know who that's
play.
written, really written to, or why it's, you know, coded like that. So yeah.
That was the only other thing I could think of from the recap. Awesome.
Okay. And then so, and then also too, so those of you that you know, may have wanted to use Dixper crates, I can't get it to work because I don't have a game that's playing, and it wouldn't link to anything else of my stuff, so I couldn't get the Dixper crates to work for this. So those are turned off. You won't be able to redeem them. You can still use the use the Dixper link and be able to buy any for future streams. You just won't be able to use them during this stream. Okay, so first off, obviously we have our inventory. So if you do get these boxes, just make sure that you check the inventory, make sure you have everything that you need, and then everything came with it. All right. That. Okay. So there's the Hope Stone. Looks like we have a necklace as well. Some paperwork. So, yeah, so we've got this necklace here that's looks like a fish hook with a heart on the top of it. And looks like it says risk taker on it. I don't know if that'll show up or not. Probably not. Oh yeah, I forgot I turned off autofocus, so it would stop freaking out. So yeah, so it's up. You can't read it right there, but it's on this heart piece here. It just says risk taker. And then that's that. This is the Hope Stone. So that's the Hope Stone that we were able to that she found on the beach that helped confirm where she actually was possibly killed at, or at least dumped at. All right.
She said that she never went anywhere without it. Like she said that it was always on her person.
Yeah, she always had it. Okay. So we've got obviously we've got the letter from Gwen. Looks like we have a sign as well from a store. We do have the final autopsy report, as well as report of investigative activity. So that's looks like statements from the family, and possibly some others. It looks like maybe. Yep. So, and then it looks like we got some smaller items as well. So we've got looks like a crumpled note that has some circles on the back of it. And another note as well. And then a calendar as well. So looks like a Friday, Saturday, today's plan calendar. So we have all of that. I don't know if we'll need this or not. I just have it there. I don't know if we're gonna need it. We might not. I haven't seen it seems like this one doesn't have as much of the ciphers like that in it so far anyway.
Want to start with Gwen's letter just to get a
let's let's go ahead and start with that. So let me get it switched back over. Okay. So, with this, so we've got Gwen's letter there up on the screen. I'll kind of do what I did last time and allow us to kind of read through it. But, yep, so there's Gwen saying, Detective, last time I saw Beth, she was fidgeting with the damn stone so much she almost dropped it in her coffee. Funny that the only real evidence of her murder is labeled Hope. I'm not sure how the stone will help, but I figured it'd be of more use to you than me right now. I already showed it to Sully. For once he agreed with me, said they must have been wrong about Valentine's bluff. But even with that, he can reopen the case. Convincing solely of anything is like teaching a rock to jump. I did finally get him to bring me some paperwork about Beth from the police department, but we still need more. Joey and Ruby have been staying with Jody and Martin. Seems Joey wanted to be even closer to his parents since their house is empty now. I was able to get into Beth's home office. From what I can tell, she was the last person there. Beth was always a neat freak, so I'm sure she'd hate how I treated her office. I went through everything. I tore out her planner page from the day she died and grabbed whatever looked out of place. A note from Jody, an obnoxiously loud flyer, and a necklace wrapped in a note from Sam Gundy to Joey. Not sure what happened there, but I can't believe that whack job still asked Joey for favors. Okay, so this one, no, that says Dear Beth. That one's from Jody. Okay, so this one is Joey. Yeah, this one's the one from, or to Joey from Sam. Okay. So not sure what happened there, but I can't believe, or yeah, I already read that. All right. So I've also added some new items to the shared desktop to access the virtual desktop. That's that's the password that we use along with the second password. All right. Awesome. You'll find screenshots from our neighborhood forum on good fences. So we saw in between, we saw an email from Gwen that referenced good fences at the very kind of the first email we got after we saw that first episode 1. So it looks like we'll deal with more from the good fences. Beth was a moderator with her friend Leah. The Mallory Rock forum has been down for a bit. I've included Leah's email for more info, but Leah sent me admin level screenshots of all of the posts from the day Beth died. I've added Ruby's video as well. The other new item is a link to a cloud file service Beth was using called KeepSafe. It's password locked, and I think she was keeping her work on there. There might be some information there that can help. Okay, but she doesn't give us the password, so she must not know the password. So, all right. So we'll have to try to figure out what the password is. The one time I spoke to Michelle, she suggested that confirming Beth's timeline could help find and eliminate suspects. Whatever Beth was doing that Friday eventually led to her death. So I'm hoping that if we track her movements, we'll learn when she was killed. All I know is that Beth was supposed to meet me that afternoon at around 4:30 to talk about what to do with Mom. Beth didn't show up until 4:45. I was so annoyed that she kept me waiting, and even when she got there, she was distant and distracted. It seems stupid now. I should have just asked what was wrong. I figured she'd just lost track of time, but Beth never forgets anything. She never forgot anyone. And that's why we can't forget about her. Everyone else on this godforsaken rock might have been willing to write her death off as an accident, but I know someone killed Beth, and now we have proof of where it happened. We just need to find out when it happened. If you can figure out her path that day, you might be able to narrow down the time frame of her murder. When you do, use the contact button on our virtual desktop to shoot me a message with the subject line time and write the hour and minutes, such as that on you're seeing in hour, minute to hour, minute format in the body. So be really specific to the minute and no military time or any other weird stuff. That would have been bad because I would have done that in a 24-hour time clock time. Yes. I can guarantee you I would put that in as 24-hour format. All right. So I'll try to put together a list of suspects based on what we know so far. Let me know what you come up with. All right.
Honest. Something in there caught me. I don't know. It says not password locked, right?
Okay.
What are the odds it would be as obvious as the stone she carries that says
possible? I mean, it's very possible that could be the case. Is that where we want to start, or where should we? And if any of these documents, chat, if you're wanting to get a little bit closer look at these, just let me know, and I'll make sure that I throw it into the Discord. That work? Why didn't that work? There it goes. Okay. So I'll throw it into the Discord if you need me to. It'll be under the Hunt a Killer section.
And then if anyone hasn't been into Discord yet as well, after the last episode, I did go through and make a document just of some of the main characters we're being told about and just some rough summaries about them so that we can kind of keep it all straight as we're going along, because this is going to seemingly have a pretty large cast of people to be keeping straight for now. So.
Yep. Nope. I agree. Okay.
What do you think? Where should we start?
Let me get this video removed because we don't need that right now. There we go. Okay. So, we can start with that. Well, I mean, since we think that maybe would it be that obvious that it would be that Hope could be that password. So let me get that pulled up. There it is.
Seems like it's way too obvious, but it's one of those things I just can't help because of how she mentioned it in the
Yeah.
letter wanting to try.
So we'll get
oh, it is 4 letters.
4. So I don't know if it's letter. Oh, it is. Let's find out. I thought it might have been numbers, but
me too. Maybe numbers based off the letters. I was thinking the same thing.
nope.
Okay.
Nope,
Okay.
it's not.
Let's try the numbers.
Let's try Risk.
Ooh,
That's on that
yes.
necklace. I don't know where that. I don't know whose necklace that is. Okay, nope, that didn't work either. So, years of light shift all things, even stone.
Years of... Is there any type of a year marking on that? Tells how many letters to shift it?
Maybe. So years of light shift all things, even stone. So it's got to be a shift cipher.
Mm-hmm. Light. What years of light would be though?
I don't know. I'm not sure what that's referencing. So years of light shift all things, even stone. So yeah, so it's definitely talking about a shift cipher.
Mm-hmm.
But what does it mean by years? Like how many years? So how many are we shifting this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Yes.
We'll try to figure that out. So do you want to start with? We can start with good fences. Do you want to start with all the good fences screenshots?
Sure. Let's get into some of the neighborhood dirt.
Right. Let's start with let's start with that. So
from what I could tell, this seems to be like their version of like what Nextdoor or some type of a community chat channel would be like. So it's their version of that. Always a good place for drama.
Right? Okay. So all right, so notice temporary inactivation. Yo, Sync. Thanks so much for that lurk. So notice the temporary inactivation of good fences for Mallory Rock. So this is from Leah to pretty much everyone. So good afternoon, everyone. It is with an extremely heavy heart that I write this post today. As many of you know, we lost one of the kindest, most loving souls on Mallory Rock just a week before the Lighthouse Festival. My co-moderator and friend Elizabeth Ferris-Hendricks passed away after falling from Valentine's Bluff. Beth, known on the forum as Ferris Wheel, was the light of this community that will remain in our hearts forever and always. She and I started moderating Good Fences several years ago as volunteers because we wanted to form a deeper connection within our community. And while that is still my wish, I'm currently unable to moderate the forum alone. Many of you have been asking me what our neighborhood will be doing in the coming weeks, and I assure you that I have been taking all of your concerns very seriously. After much deliberation, I have decided to temporarily shut down the Mallory Rock forum while I look for another moderator. This was a difficult decision, and I understand why many of you may be upset, but please take the situation into consideration and be kind. I will do my best to get the forum up and running again as soon as possible. If you have any further questions or concerns about this temporary inactivation period, please feel free to email me or contact Good Fences support. Thank you all for your understanding. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Okay. So do we know what time was it that I'm trying to remember. Or
Are
what
we
time
trying
her
to
body
think of,
was
like, what
discovered.
time her-
Well,
Oh,
'cause like
it
this was
it was
said
discovered
today.
6 weeks afterwards. It said it was discovered 6 weeks later, so she went like missing and then she was
Oh,
found
okay.
6
So
weeks
this
later on
time's
the
not going to
beach.
mean anything then.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh well. So she's saying, you know, that she writes this post today, but yeah, okay.
I've noticed so far that they don't put like months or anything very specific in. I think
Mhm.
that's so as people go through this, it's
Well, no.
Yeah.
So what I was trying to get at
Oh.
was if this was sent the same day that her body was found. That's
good
what
call,
I was trying
good
to.
call. Okay.
That's what I was trying to figure out, and
Ooh,
therefore,
that's
if that
possible.
helped us narrow down like a possible time frame, but I don't think it does. What just happened? Why is that going dark?
Oh, that is really dark. Wowzers. Weird.
What's going on?
It's almost like flipping the contrast or something weird.
Okay. Well, let me do this. Okay.
A scenario we can put up the physical copy, I guess.
There is no physical
There's
copy.
no physical copy. That's one of the online only things.
Mhm.
Of course it is.
Well, no, actually, I take that back. I did print them,
Here.
but yeah. So I printed them, but they're not gonna be able to read those though.
No.
Okay. So I must have actually given you both copies. Stapled them all together. I mean. All right. Why is this?
Here, let me take this. Want me to go ahead and read them while you're trying to figure that out?
No, I'll just have to see if we can't get it at least to be visible on the screen.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on. All right. So it's saying that it finally happened, or it finally happened. I can't remember if I read this last year or not. Someone, probably summer folk, was using other people's backyards as a showering station. Well, it happened to me today. I woke up to find clothing hanging from my shrubs, garbage in my yard, and wondered why my driveway seemed wet. Someone definitely used my house last night, or my hose last night. The worst part was they left a pile of excrement in my garden. Guess I'm going to be taking my hose in at night. Somebody's saying I couldn't even. So,
Someone related to the Valentine family, obviously.
yeah, let me try closing this and reopening.
So weird that it's changing.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that.
We have a setting. It's just almost like it's reversing. It's
Yeah, I don't know.
weird.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Let's try. If I can do it this way. Okay. Okay, there we go. So
the computer.
yep. So it finally happened. I can't remember if we already read that part. All right. So Stacia Ballantyne is saying I couldn't even dance short soap on a rope. You let them come in my yard and I'll let them, or you let them come in my yard and I'll let them know. I'm so sorry, Madden, did you get it all cleaned up? The next time I see Sully, I will get some answers from him. We can't let summer people disrupt our lives like this. And then Retta telling Dan that wasn't funny for the soap on a rope comments. And then we've got help with the gas line. So I need to find someone that knows how to get the gas line for my dryer off the gas pipe coming into the house. We tried to unscrew it, but it is on so tight we are afraid we'll break it. Hope to find someone on the island that wouldn't charge me an arm and a leg to just unscrew the line from the pipe for me. Says to give Hendricks's a call. Martin probably do it himself.
I think that's Beth's father-in-law, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Martin is Beth's father-in-law. He runs
Hi, Kimberly.
that company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kimberly says hi.
Oh, hi.
Okay, so for any of you that are just coming in, we opened up the box, found a couple things in the box real quick. So we found we were sent the stone, the hope stone that Beth would always carry. We also have a necklace that I'm not sure.
It's got a weird connection. We'll have to read more into it.
Yeah, it just says necklace. I don't know whose necklace it is. But it says risk taker on it. It looks like it's a fish hook with a heart on it. And then we've just got some random notes here. We just got into the online portal to start looking at some items there as well. One of the things we're keeping an eye out for, our overall objective is to narrow down the time frame of her murder. So we're trying to look for a time frame, not a specific time. And then we're also trying to, there's a section on the site that is password protected, and we need to find the password. It's a shift cipher from what we can tell. So yeah, so on this keep safe site, this is what we're trying to figure out. We need either four letters, I'm guessing, because it's a shift cipher. And our clue here is saying years of light shift all things, even stone. So that clues us in that it's got to be that hope stone, that we're shifting the letters of hope. But we just don't know yet how many we're shifting the letters.
Mm-hmm.
So
Years of light.
yeah, so we're kind of keeping an eye out for that as well as we go through. Right now we're going through, these are all some admin level screenshots of the Good Fences site. And then, so we're just trying to look through it, see if there's anything in any of these that tell us anything. And these were from, these were the Good Fences from what day?
These are from the day that Beth.
From the day
died.
Beth died.
Yeah,
Okay.
so these are all the Good Fences screenshots from the day Beth died.
Okay. So if we see something posted by Beth, then that's going to be an indicator.
We were just getting to it.
So yeah. Okay. So let me minimize that one. I stopped clicking on it. Okay. So and then the next Good Fences. Okay. So yeah, there we go. So Beth. Yeah, so
Jordan Woodard was featured in the previous magazine, the Lantern magazine from the last box. He's a really big entrepreneur in the area. I'm very big on property and stuff like that.
Okay. So it says, all right, so Jordan Woodward, I'm sponsoring an event at the Last Bastion tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. Go ahead, invite your friends and your family. Stop by, grab a drink, and take a look at some of our newly renovated homes. Must be 21 or over to drink. And so Beth is just basically saying, hey, just a reminder, self-promotion is against the rules of the forum. He's biting back saying, this isn't self-promotion, it's a community get-together. I'll even save you a drink just so you can sit back and look pretty. All right. So that's at 10:18 a.m. So do you want to write that down?
Sure.
Or highlight it, or however you want to do it?
I think write them down. It'll be fine. Now, at what time?
10:18 a.m.
We already know she met with her sister that afternoon, sometime around 4:45. So we know sometime it happened after that. So, but 10:18, she was doing monitoring for the Good Fences forum.
Yeah. So she posted on that. Right, Kimberly?
What'd she say?
She said, what a dick.
He's the one in the video that was taunting Gwen in the bar.
The one that said the island can be so cold?
That one.
Yeah.
The one fun laugh, yeah.
Yep.
That guy, I'm pretty sure.
All right, so dog in Forest Park is someone is missing their dog. There is a tan dog in Forest Park. The dog has its leash attached and there's a tree branch. Attached to the leash. Each time he'd move, so would the branch, and he keeps trying to run away from it. I thought he was scared, but then he was wagging his tail. I think he thinks the branch is his friend. All right. Let's see.
It's so random.
Right? Water bill. I finally got my water bill. While it's not insanely high, it has my start read date as 12/19/18. I've gotten gotten bills since 12/19/18. Now that I look back at them, there is nothing in the usage area, but the town came up with an amount, and I've paid that amount. Why is water so expensive? We're surrounded by it. I've tried customer support services webpage. Anyone else with a problem like this? So somebody's saying, what exactly is your problem? Didn't you already pay? Somebody's saying, don't drink salt water, Steve. We're replying, I know that, Kyle. And
Rita Smith being involved.
Retta just leaving a question mark back to the don't drink salt water. Okay. So yeah, so that does sound adorable. Actually, funny story, I did have a dog as a kid that, we'd always use those extendable leashes, and if you, like, every once in a while, like, the dog would try to take off, and it would yank it out of, when I was a kid, you yank it out of our hand.
Mm-hmm.
And it would drop, and because it dropped, but it wasn't locked, it would start to, reel up, and it would chase the dog, and the dog would be running, scared, thing be chasing it behind it. Oh my god. So.
But it's just a losing situation because the dog can't
Right.
outrun that. That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Okay, this one's a little bit larger. Let's see if, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to zoom in on this, so I'm going to have to read it from that.
Do you need me
Yeah.
to read it? Because it's really tiny.
I got it.
You sure?
All right, so this one is needing to vent. Okay, so Beth commented on this one too, and that was at 4:01 p.m. So we're having an issue with this. Let's see if it does the same thing on this other screen. I don't know why, but it keeps blacking out my images. I don't know why. Hold on, let me try something else here real quick. Okay.
If you're logged into the website, you could always try to access it through the website. Oh, no, you got it. Ooh, this next one you're reading actually is from the girl who owns the Mother Island.
Oops.
Nice.
Not sure how to touch writing. Nope, I don't need touch writing. I need to be able to move it. Why is there no thing at the bottom to move it? Okay.
Trying to make it bigger.
There we go. I'm just gonna do that. All right. You know it's her. No, who? Wait, hold on. What do you mean? See, you know it's her. The oh, you're talking about Samantha Gundy? Is that what you're talking about? All right, so needing to vent. So as many of you know, I am like the nicest person you will ever meet. Here, let's try this. Move that over. Yep, that's right. So as many of you know, I am like the nicest person you will ever meet, but there's something that's been weighing on my spirit lately. I feel like I'm up against a wall with this acquaintance of mine. Our energies just clash all the time, and we've been at odds for over 30 years at this point. I honestly wish she'd just disappear, but I mean, you guys know me well enough to know that I would never wish harm on anyone. If not for them, or then at least to protect my own psyche. No need to take on bad karma, right? But enough's enough. This woman thinks she knows what's best for everyone when she doesn't even know the half of it. And her poor husband, my gods. I can't even get any contract work done at the shop without her complaining about it. To be fair, if my aura was as overbearing as hers, I'd probably be worried about my husband leaving for a better person too. You all should see her trot around the town hall. She treats me like I'm somehow less than her, even though we're supposed to be on the same team. I even went so far as to send her a peace offering before, a very nice herbal skin lotion from Mother Island that's currently in stock, but she claims it caused her to break out. Yeah, right. My store is all homeopathic, and every item is charged for good manifestations. So if you broke out, it was from something you did, not me. Maybe it was from micromanaging your husband and everyone else in your life. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. I've just been so stressed lately because this woman keeps bringing all of this negativity into my space, and I just want to be done with it. Have any of you experienced this before? How did you handle it? All right. Somebody telling her she's ridiculous. Sam, are you okay? Somebody saying, doubt it. I'm fine, just a little frustrated. Thanks for checking in. Right? Oh, shit. The shade that is being thrown. All right. So why don't you try talking to them about it honestly instead of posting such a passive-aggressive note on a public forum? I've tried several times, actually. Are you serious? Yes, I have. And if she thinks I haven't, she's more than welcome to come by the shop and talk to me for once. Yeah, I had an old roommate that wouldn't leave me alone for years. Bad case of Maine brain. He finally left to meet his soulmate, and I couldn't be more thankful. Just hang in there. All waste finds its way out eventually. Somebody telling Tanner, dude, you're one to talk. Listen, I'm still here, ain't I? Okay. Right, I know. We need, let me go brew a pot of some hot water and steep some tea. I mean, oh my god.
I'm just imagining this island and knowing that they all probably know each other's dirt anyway, so all of them probably know what's being said and about whom.
Right.
So this does make it more interesting though, because the one thing we weren't as sure about was the necklace. It was something about being crumpled up in a note that was either from Sam to Joey or Joey to Sam.
Okay.
Sam being this chick and Joey being Beth's husband.
Right.
So I'm just not sure who gave who what.
Yeah. Let's see. That one's just said something about best place. Asking best, or Kyle Lowe just wants to know where the best place for dumplings is. Main brain. Yep.
Islanders.
Since someone, let's see. Hold on. Where was it?
Did anyone enjoy Sam's extremely pathetic plug for her store in the midst of all that, mentioning the item was totally in stock?
What's that?
I enjoyed Sam's shameless plug for her store.
Oh, yeah.
In stock. Just
right.
So fantastic.
So that's what we're trying to figure out. So she's saying did Beth show up at the event? So that's what so we'll try to figure out whether Beth showed up or not.
What time did Beth post that last post with Sam? I lost the page.
That was 4:01 p.m.
Okay, because that was right before she went to meet her sister then, pretty much. The 4:01 p.m. good fences as well. Jeez, is that all she does? Good fences fight with Sam. I said, is that all she does? She's on at 10, on at 4.
I mean, she's the moderator for the page. She probably gets alerts every time. Yeah, or something like that. But all right, so we got best place for dumplings. All right, so a reminder, JWE networking opportunity. So since someone decided to lock my previous thread, I just wanted to remind everybody that I'm hosting a bar night at the Last Bastion on behalf of JWE. I'll order drinks to get us started. Just stop by my table before you leave. I'm still here in case your schedules have freed up. We'll be here till closing, so come on down while there's still time. Your drink's still waiting at Ferris Wheel. So he's posting from the bar. So where's your character sheet? Because he's posting from the bar at 8:29 p.m.
Okay. That's the...
So that puts him
Jordan
there. Yeah, so he posted at 7:08, and he posted at 8:29. So reminding everybody, so about it, and then at 8:29 saying that he's still there.
Okay. So that was at the Last Bastion?
Yeah.
Right?
What time did he say his event was starting? Did he? 7 p.m. So he posted it at 7:08. So his event was at 7 p.m. He posted at 7:08 saying that it was to remind everybody about it. And so, yeah, so 8:29 p.m., he posted again. And yes, Kimberly, that is 100% correct.
That's interesting. Why didn't she respond? She was
Well, so she obviously wasn't there. So she at 8:29, she was not at the event.
Well, it sounds like she never came to the event, basically, right?
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, well, at 8:29 p.m., so as of 8:29 p.m., she had not shown up to that event. So whether she showed up, whether she just didn't show up because she didn't want to go, or whether she didn't show up because she was dead, we don't know yet.
But on that level too, it's interesting she didn't comment because he posted it an hour, like not an hour later, but a little bit later than that he posted again, and on neither of it did she comment.
4:01 p.m. is when she replied to Sam's comment or Sam's post.
It makes me suspicious that something might have happened to her by 7:08 p.m. because otherwise she would have commented on it. In my opinion, she was so concerned about him advertising, and he tried to step out again.
Yeah.
I feel like if she was alive at 7:08, she would have called him out for that.
Yeah. So let's see what this next one is. All right. So worst night ever. I don't see any posts from Beth on this one. So let's play a game. It's a Friday night, the only night you can get some decent sleep. There are people outside your window yelling about who knows what, but hey, I'm sure they'll stop soon, right? Right? No. They'll keep on going for nearly an hour and a half. That's an hour or so out of your sleep. In case it hadn't occurred to them, some people have to wake up for work at 5 in the morning. This is TJ Richards at Prairie Doc.
Don't have that on my list yet.
So now what could they be arguing about at this time of night, you ask? Well, they're so busy shouting over each other that I can't really tell. But the lady in the blue pantsuit must be awfully bent on getting an answer because she's still standing there talking to this man who somehow seems even more uninterested in their conversation than me. What's your pick? Lovers quarrel, breakup, update. For those of you saying to just go outside and talk to them, I don't see any reason why I should have to go talk to them. They should know better than to be this loud at night. Update part 2. I have taken a peek out my window and I am in awe. Of all the people to be outside my house screaming, I'm really surprised that it's the Reverend that doesn't seem to understand the importance of some peace and quiet. So we know the Reverend was outside a house at 8:14 p.m.
TJ Richards.
All right, so Danny Bright says, LOL, how much you want to bet they're not even that loud? You're just cranky. Another person saying, if I were you, I'd go outside and ask them to quiet down. I'm sure they don't even realize how loud they're being. Somebody else saying, just go talk to them. Doubt you can fix anything by coming here to complain. Okay. So Leah is now, right? It was COVID. It was COVID in the ocean with the necklace and wrench. And the candlestick. All right.
I think the rope feels left out.
Yeah. All right. So remember to read. This was posted by Leah Atwood, so the other moderator. A quick reminder from the group's admins to please read the guidelines for this group before you post, as we are increasingly having to moderate or delete reported posts that do not follow the guidelines. Please do not take it personally if you have had posts deleted or comments closed. They were reported and reviewed under guidelines.
She posted that right after Jordan posted his second taunt to Beth.
Okay.
She posted that like right after that, basically.
Okay.
Ooh.
We have another comment from Beth, so she just didn't want to go.
That's her daughter. Ruby Hendricks, I think, is her daughter.
Okay, so Ruby Hendricks saying, when your friends cancel plans, but you don't want to go anyways. There's RuPaul in the closet with a stick of sorts. Exactly. Okay.
Well,
So
she was
Jacob
alive.
Parsons saying, sorry, I already had plans with Lindsay that I forgot about. Ruby replied saying, sure. Beth saying or replying saying, "Hey there, sweet girl, you don't need them anyways." And somebody asking, "What song is this?"
So she was alive at 9:10 p.m. then.
Yep. So 9:10 p.m. So add that up here to your list.
Yep.
9:10 p.m. She commented on Ruby's post. So now then, so this is an actual video, okay? You guys are probably gonna get a little bit of a laugh out of this. So I don't know if you can see this up in this corner. It says click clack instead of TikTok. So here's Ruby's click clack. See if we can get it to I don't know if I'll be able to make this any bigger. Doesn't look like it.
Thank you, girl.
That one's kind of cute.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure. Yeah,
It looks so weird.
so there's something on that board in the background. It looks like it maybe says limbo
Okay.
at the top, but I can't tell if there's anything else with it. So that's the end of the video though. That's the final frame of the video. So there is
What's she reading? Does it say anything about what she's reading?
no, it doesn't look like there's any kind of title on it. This is saying make something not war. And then I'm not sure what, this stuff is that she was drawing on the board or what that is there either. And I don't know if any of that even, like, I'm sure that they wrote it there for a reason, but so yeah, so chat, if you're not following my click clack, I'll have to figure out how to make one, and then you guys can follow a click clack, okay?
The one thing I quickly noticed is
I have no idea. It might say make tea, not war. It's very possible. I don't. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. Nope. Wrong thing. Nope. That doesn't work. That's weird. I zoom out on the screen and it makes that bigger. That's as big as I can make that. All right, zoom and enhance. We can try the maybe is
make art.
Is it?
I think it's make art, not war. Not 100%, but no, maybe I'm wrong.
Yep, make art.
Is it art? Okay.
Yeah, it's make art, not war.
I couldn't decide if it was an A or an R.
I hate that I can't move this around though. Let's see what I can open the book maybe. You can, yeah, go ahead. What's the question for the passcode? It's if you want to know how many letters, it's 4 letters. It might be, well, no, we think it's letters. But we're also confident that it's a shift cipher. We just don't know how many letters to shift each letter by. But we can absolutely try Ruby. So let's look at this real quick again. Let me get back over here, this screen.
Did anyone else notice she's wearing two different shirts, like over and over again? Like she's wearing a navy shirt and a Stanford sweatshirt, both sweatshirts. And it keeps going back and forth.
Okay, so got make art. Yeah, make art, not war. It does say limbo. I don't know.
Oh, it does say limbo. I was thinking L/M.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the rest of this stuff is.
So look at the bigger version of the video. Back out of it. There's a shot of a moon. If you back out there, that looks similar.
Looks similar to what?
The drawing. It's got
looks
some
similar
dark
to this.
spots. Yeah, it's got some dark spots on it.
So
Like
you
likes
thought she was trying to
planets.
draw? You thought she was drawing that moon?
Potentially, or maybe she likes planets or something.
Yeah.
Never mind, sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, I have no idea what it is, so it's
just
possible.
Caught my eye because it was circular like that. It
Yeah.
also could be Mallory Rock for all we know.
Very possible.
I thought that looked like a dog face, but now I think it looks like a room.
Yeah, it looks like a bunch of different rooms, but I can't tell what the title is. Slim, it's a boob. Yep.
That was my first
It's just
thought.
a very
I was
hairy
trying to-
boob, okay? It's a very hairy boob.
Don't judge.
Hey, Commodite. So, okay, so just make sure you all go make your click clacks, okay? Go make your click clacks.
Never thought I would say I actually like the word TikTok better. Click clack just sounds awful.
All right, back to then. There we go. All right, so let's try. Yeah, so let's try it. We'll see if it works. Nope. That Ruby did not work.
Light shifts all things events.
Yeah, we just don't know how many to shift it by. We know that we need to shift
How old
it.
is Ruby?
I don't know. Right? Exactly, Slim. Exactly, yeah.
Wait a second. Try the word star.
Star?
Maybe? Isn't stars light billions of miles away? Worth a try.
No. I don't think it means like a light year, because that's a really big number. Nope. Okay, so it's got to be a shift. It's definitely a shift cipher. We need to know how many letters to shift each letter of the word hope by. So it's saying years of light shift all things, even stone. So that's what this is the stone that she always carried, that she always had, and it says hope on it.
I see it.
I thought I saw, but yeah,
I
maybe.
doubt it either. I just figured I would just very cautiously look, make sure there wasn't anything like obvious, like a slice or a crack or a chip.
Okay. And I didn't see anything different with the Mallory Rock site. It didn't look like anything got changed or updated. She said, or Kimberly thinks, or was saying that Ruby is 13.
Okay.
But I don't
know why. I was just thinking for some reason maybe Ruby's like the light of her life, like it's her daughter, baby. I don't know. It's a stretch, a little bit of a leap compared to the word hope.
If we shift it by 13 because she's 13, then H is U.
I'm probably really not on the right track.
O is B. So and then P is C, and then E is R. Uber?
Oh, that's freaking weird.
Nope, that's not it.
I figured it was a long shot. I assumed a bit.
That's funny though. So if you do a shift cipher of the word hope, it becomes Uber.
Definitely didn't see that one coming when I went that direction.
So we're thinking maybe 8.
Where'd 8 come from?
Because of the year she would have been born then.
Okay. Fun.
All right, so H is P. And then we've got O is W, P is X, and E is M. Nope. Okay, so that wasn't it either. So we just got to still figure out. I'm sure
You just start
somewhere
grinding and
there's
shifting
probably
our voices.
there's got to be an indicator somewhere.
Yeah, I think we haven't gotten
Of
to it
what
yet.
that number that we need to shift by is.
Maybe
So,
we'll find it more in her planner or her personal stuff that we need to still go through.
okay, so that's the letter. All right, so which one do we want to look at next?
Well, we've got the autopsy report. We've got a bunch of small things like crumpled letters, a random letter from the mother-in-law that doesn't sound like it's going to be very nice.
Yeah.
A letter between Sam and Joey, which somehow has weird circles on the back, which I find very interesting.
Okay. So do we want to try to start with? Do we want to start with that one?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I'm just very curious what Sam and because Sam seems to know a lot
this is
about
this is the crumpled note. Oh, the letter. Yeah. Hold on, let me throw it up in the Discord for you too.
You're gonna love this.
Okay, so there's Gwen's letter, and then oh, it won't let me do it that way.
Are you trying to load?
I was gonna just upload all of these, but it won't let me. The screen grabs from the good fences won't let me put that many photos.
Gotcha.
So it won't let me do it. I'd have to zip file it.
Gotcha.
Yep. Okay. So
Do you want to go ahead and read through the letter really quick?
Yeah,
It
that's
sounds
fine.
like it's from Sam to
Okay.
Joey, which Joey being the spouse, but I already did figure out something else. with
Yeah,
it.
you already solved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't solve it. I just noticed something interesting. I thought the circles compared to the coffee stains, but if you shine the light through it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I
Oh, yeah, you're good.
you.
I mean, I just figured because of where the circles were, they were in line with probably words. So, okay. So, hi, Joey. Long time no see. Remind me you're available for work, right? I was just taking a look around the shop, and not to be a bummer, but it needs so much work done. It's unreal. Do you remember when your dad stopped by and offered to build up the shop at a discounted, respectable rate? That was the greatest help when I just started out. Other contractors are just quoting me way too high, and it's really been disrupting my inner peace lately. You know, I always try to keep calm, but they wouldn't even account for me being a small business owner. I mean, don't they know it's always a huge risk to trust a new company? Ridiculous. Anywho, I noticed a leak in Mother Island's storage room. Not that it matters, but there's still that patch I got last time when the corner of the ceiling was all droopy. I tried shining a light through it. I'm not sure if it's rain damage or what, but I'm worried about it caving in or damaging the herbs back there. Do you think your dad would be willing to come take a look at it? Maybe he'll know how to fix it permanently. Or, you know, if he's too far away, maybe you could come take a look at it yourself. I'm sure it's not even that big of a deal. Okay, and thanks, Sam. So this is it's all good, Commodite. So I put if you want, I got that letter up in Discord, the Gwen's letter up in Discord. So that'll explain everything that we're doing and what we're trying to find. But the bottom line of our goals today are that we are trying to narrow the timeline of when she died. So we're not trying to find a specific time. We're just looking for the like a range. So, you know, a starting time and an ending time of when she possibly died during. The other thing that we're trying to solve is what you just saw, where we were trying to get into her Keep Safe account. We don't have we don't know the password. It's not in Gwen's letter, so we have to solve that cipher and figure out what that password is. Oh, that's okay, Commodate. I understand. You were. I thought it looked like you were up pretty late last night, so I understand.
The only thing I've gone through so far are Gwen's letter and briefly trying to crack the code. You haven't actually missed as much as you think you have.
Yeah, we've got some stuff with the these images, but yeah, that's about it. And we don't even know really what they all 100% mean. So okay, so this is the front of the letter that you're seeing on screen now. The back side of this letter looks like this. So there's the front, there's the back. Sam had a necklace with a note to Joey.
Yeah, that was crumpled with that in it.
Oh.
And I think Gwen found it in Beth's office.
Oh.
How it read, let me start from the whole paragraph here. So, Beth was a neat freak, went through her office, tore it all apart, found a note from Jody, which is the mother-in-law, an obnoxious flyer, and a necklace wrapped in a note from Sam to Joey.
Okay. Yeah.
So she found a necklace from Sam to Joey in Beth's office, which I find fun.
Yeah. So was the necklace for Joey from Sam? Possibly.
Or maybe Joey was trying to get it for his wife, because Sam does sell that holistic stuff at her store.
Yeah. Hey, Jazzy, welcome in. So, Jazzy, in the Discord is Gwen's letter that you can read through, be able to see kind of what all of our objectives are and all of that stuff as well. All right, so Kimberly says, backlight that bitch and see what words are circled.
I'm dying.
Exactly. Exactly. So, so you sure that's what we want to do? I mean, there's some stains on here. Do you think those do anything? I mean, I don't. All right, let's find out. So, all right, so we've got the word your. So let me do this. Actually, here, you tell me which words are circled.
Oh, I was gonna. Okay, yep.
You're fine.
You're right.
Hold on a second. Give me 2 seconds though.
You're good. Clumsy me.
Shrink that.
Tell me when you're ready.
Okay. Annotate, draw. Stop slowing us down, stranger, or else there may be another murder investigation.
We just seem to have a lot of paperwork to get through this time.
Okay.
You ready?
So
much.
Yep, we're gonna try to do this. I'm gonna try to do this because it's a little bit weird. All right, so go ahead.
Your.
Okay, so we've got. Oh, it's in black. Okay, so your.
What was that?
What was what?
Oh, I thought you were trying to write a word and I didn't understand what that was.
No, I'm circling the word.
Oh, I'm so confused. Next one's the. It's the fifth line down at that helps middle.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Got it. Build
okay.
Up the. Okay, and then down to the right, greatest. Down one line to the right, two words, greatest.
Down 2 lines?
No, just one line and over 2 words to the word greatest.
There you go. Greatest. Okay.
Okay, and then risk. It's the end of the first paragraph, last line, second word.
Into the last paragraph?
No, into the first paragraph.
Okay.
Huge risk. The word risk.
Oh, okay.
There you go. And then I. It says anywho I. The first or the next line, the second letter. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then anywho I, and then was. which is third line of that grouping, second to last word.
Okay.
And then we have, let me make sure I'm not missing the order here. Willing to take.
Okay. So you're the greatest risk I was willing to take, right?
Willing to take, yeah.
So, and the necklace says risk taker on it.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, so you're the greatest risk I was, and then the last three words are willing to take. So you are you're the greatest risk I was willing to take. Yep. And she included, and there was a necklace that said risk taker. Yep. So, yeah. Pretty sus. Pretty sus.
Well, and Joey was just torn up, and all he kept wanting to say, "I'm sorry" to Beth at the funeral, right? So
yeah.
Maybe whether it was a full-on affair or not, maybe he was like,
right. I know, still looking like Sam. Okay.
It's too much looking like Sam, though. I feel like there's a frame job in the works. That's just too easy.
Right.
Let me do Beth's calendar next.
Okay.
Or no, there's like, do that. You were in.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So this is the letter from Jody to Beth. So, dear Beth, I was just thinking about you the other day, and I wanted to thank you for being such a guiding light in Joey's life. After his accident, the world seemed rather dark for him. Martin and I try our best to be there, but I'm sure they're... Oh, Jody or Judy? Is it Jody?
I think it is Jody.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Jody.
Okay. And I tried our best to be there, but I'm sure there are moments that none of us fully comprehend. I know you are trying your best, but perhaps you could give him a bit more space. Yesterday, he told me that you were upset about how counseling went, and I wanted to offer a bit of advice that, of course, you're free to disregard. You know, I've always admired your ability to face things head on, but relationships are different than town council policies. You have to be more understanding of how difficult Joey's recovery has been if you're going to have a successful marriage. Martin and I have not remained married for over 40 years without compromises. I cannot tell you how many times I've had to take a step back and reappraise a situation for Martin. And every time we're better for it. If you are willing to let your pride go, I know your relationship will blossom into years of happiness. Now I look forward to our family dinner on Saturday, and I hope you can resolve this conflict you're having with my son by then. Martin and I wish to see nothing but smiles that evening, and I'm sure you wish the same. You will be bringing a dish, won't you? We should coordinate. Best wishes, Jody. Okay.
I'm laughing right
now. And there's nothing on the back of this, so it's just blank on that. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Hold on. There actually might be something.
She seems really interesting because she seems to really want to run Joey's dad Martin's life. She basically said "shut up, Martin" in the emails from the last episode, which was awful interesting.
There's something on it.
You want my phone? It's
Well,
probably like an press indention from her writing on it with it.
No. It's see it? It's like a watermark.
ORE.
Yeah, I can't tell what it. Yeah. See if your flashlight helps you out better with it.
It's definitely the word more, I think. MORE, and I think it's an A before that, but I don't know if there's anything else. Oh wait. AMORE. Amore? That's French.
Maybe?
That's French for the word love, I think.
Oh, maybe.
That's weird. I would
so yeah, I don't know.
The word amore on it. That's weird.
It definitely has a watermark.
That's
So
weird.
I don't know what it says, but
I'm pretty sure it says.
But it could be a watermark because of the fact that it's on like a Hendricks Group like notepad letterhead thing. But at the same time, I don't know if it actually means anything. Okay.
That's interesting.
So down, so what you can't see on the scanned copy is basically right down here by years of
I don't know if you can
happiness.
take a photo.
It they're not gonna be able to see that.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how the camera works.
So yeah, so right down near years of happiness, there's like some kind of watermark, and it looks like possibly a moray. Not positive though.
Let me see. Might not be French. Wait, it's that song. That's a moray.
But yeah, it's just barely visible too, because like even just holding it up to like normal lights in here, I can't see it. Like, and it took a pretty for the sunlight coming through to see it.
I think I'm off on my translation.
I'm wondering. I mean, I don't know if this would work or not. If you take a lighter with the soot from it, or like a candle, sometimes the heat of it will make stuff like that appear. But I don't know that I want to. Is it like a watermark? Like if you add heat, it'll change colors because the paper will change colors.
We can always check the Facebook thread before we ruin our only copy.
Yeah.
On previous episodes, people have done very stupid things to some of the items, destroying them completely and for no reason whatsoever, like disassembling electronics and stuff of that nature. So only to just basically ruin the electronic because there was nothing inside of it. So I don't want to necessarily burn our
Yes.
own
So
copy.
Jazzy, that is correct. So we're trying to narrow down the timeline. So we're looking at like a window of time that it possibly occurred. And then we're also a kind of side mission is that we are trying to figure out how to get into her KeepSafe account. It's password protected with a 4-letter word. We're positive that it's a shift cipher of the word hope. And it says the clue on the page was years of light shift even stone. So we know that it has to do with something, number of years, possibly, to tell us how many letters to shift the word hope by. So, all right. So we've got okay. So on Friday, she was killed on a Friday.
I don't think we know the.
Do you want to look at the autopsy real quick?
They gave us an actual date.
Let's look at the autopsy real quick.
That's the date of her body. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Clarence is the Reverend. Yep, that's right.
She was born. Date of death on here. Let's see. It's just completely dateless, which is interesting.
So the watch, she was wearing a watch, I guess, that was submerged and stopped. Let me put this up in the Discord as well for you all.
Where's that at?
The autopsy?
Oh, okay, so something new. Okay.
Yeah. That's the police report. Does it say on there when she died? Oh, okay. Or when she went missing?
No dates. It just says when her body was discovered.
Okay.
And by who it was discovered.
Okay.
Completely dateless.
Get this put in here for you. Okay, so this document has the autopsy and statements from the family as well. So Beth was the one arguing with Clarence. Is that what it was? Is that what you?
That's my suspicion, because that would make sense on what he said on the back of the pamphlet from her funeral. So amore is the Italian word for love, not the French word for love.
Right, yeah. Okay.
I fail.
Okay, yep, 8 p.m. Try to sort things out with Clarence. Question mark. So, yep.
She was alive after that. We've already proven that.
Mm-hmm.
For Ruby.
Yep. So, and there was supposed to be, I guess, Ruby was supposed to be giving her some cash. So it could have happened on, I guess, Friday night or early Saturday morning. So yeah. So this is so the autopsy and statements are in here. Yeah, Richards posted on the on the arguing on good fences around 8:30 on Friday.
What?
On good fences?
Oh, Friday. Yeah, no, I heard. I didn't hear who you said posted on Good Fences. I'm sorry, I missed.
Oh, the Richards person posted.
Oh, it says something about that on her schedule.
No.
Oh, that's why I was.
That's in reference to the
Okay.
Good Fences post that
I
we were
thought
reading.
she had something in here about Good Fences, like in
No,
her
no,
schedule. I
no,
thought
no,
that was weird.
what we were talking about when we were looking at schedule was
Okay.
that. So I was just trying to look for a quick date, but whether we knew she died on Friday or whether we knew she died on Saturday. But we'll dig deeper into this report here in a second. So let's look at today's plans. Yeah, TJ Richards is who posted saying that they were outside his home. So yeah, so on Friday we know that she was posting still at like 9, right? What time was her last post?
She had posted at 9:10 to her daughter.
Okay, that's right.
Not worry.
So it looks like her daughter was supposed to be going to the movies. So they canceled, didn't go to the movies with her. And then she just got it at 11 p.m. Wait up for Ruby. Don't fall asleep on the couch again. All right, so find time to breathe. Lock up a painting class, or look up a painting class.
Ruby got in trouble.
Print Ruby's community service form. Tell Jay not to forget onions for tomorrow this time. Okay. Oh, because Saturday was supposed to be a dinner with the parents, right?
Okay.
So, looks like Saturday, breakfast with Ruby at 8 a.m. 10 a.m., meeting with JWE. Return his does that say docs?
DOCS, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, return his I'm guessing documents says I guess.
She thinks
conference.
She has a financial company. Isn't she like a financial person?
Yeah, I think so. Conference call with commission. Call CB. Council meeting. Yeah. The jerk face guy. Yep.
Yeah, she's an accountant.
Lighthouse tour. Family dinner. Okay. Jody's making meatloaf. Bring substitute for Ruby. Make sure everyone's in bed early for tomorrow, for Monday. Okay. Remember to enjoy the little things. Asparagus. Refresh. Refresh something. I can't read what that says.
Refresh what? Where?
Oh, down at the bottom.
Looks like it says refresh KS.
Yeah, maybe refresh KS. I don't know. That's what we're looking like for. Oh, yeah. Refresh keep safe.
So the sister distinctly mentions that the last time she saw her sister Beth was at the meeting at 4:45, since Beth was late to it. I'm trying to see if she mentions the last time anyone else saw her, because she never could get a hold of Joey to get his alibi. We still have no idea where Joey was or what he was up to.
Okay. So then this one's another thing too that we had that was in here. So this was to do with this is from Sam as well. So we don't know right, Commandite? So we don't know if she died like Friday night or if she died on Saturday morning. So that's part of what we got to narrow down. So we know that she was alive as of 9:10 p.m. On Friday. So we know that she wasn't killed during the day on Friday. So, I mean... Yeah, so that's the part that we don't know what part of Saturday's schedule didn't happen, though.
Do we have proof that any of Saturday's schedule happened yet?
No.
Because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, we don't have
Okay,
proof of
okay.
any of whether it
And the
did or
last we
didn't
can account
happen.
for her so far is 9-ish.
Right, so we don't know. We don't know when the next person like noticed that she was like when they first noticed she was missing. Really, but this sign was also included. It says, "We are closed. I was just verbally assaulted in my own store for no reason, and for the safety of myself and customers, we're closing at 4:43 p.m. today. Any appointments will be rescheduled after I've cleansed the store of all negative energy, and will reopen tomorrow at regular hours." So this is Sam posting for closing of her store. Right? Yeah, the home record says no reason. Yeah.
Do you think that had to do with because they were fighting over what was happening on the Good Fences site?
Maybe.
She closed it at 4:43. I don't know my Good Fences anymore.
Right there.
What time were they getting into that argument on there?
So it's done.
There we go. Yeah, right around 4 something was when they were getting into an argument on it. The last comment from Sam was at 4:20.
Okay.
I'm wondering if maybe Beth went to the store, and that's why she was then. Maybe Beth went to the store to argue with Sam, and that's why she was late to meet her sister.
Well, I mean, so Sam did say, in that one, what was it? Oh yeah, it was Beth had said, "Why don't you try talking to them about it honestly?" She said that she's tried, and then, "Are you serious?" And then Samantha had replied with, "Yes, I have. And if she thinks I haven't, she's more than welcome to come by the shop and talk to me for once." So, if that was Friday, then she closed her. Right? Like, where are you gonna hide? So she closed the shop shortly after, so 20 minutes, almost 23 minutes after posting. Then if she thinks I haven't, she's more than welcome to come by the shop and talk to me for once.
And we
So
already know from Gwen that they were supposed to meet at 4:30, but her sister didn't show up till 4:45 and was quite distracted and seemed bothered by something.
So
maybe
yeah,
she was late
so
getting to the
we
sisters'
think
discussion
that
because
yeah.
of
So
that.
Beth after that went to the store, talked to Sam, got into it with Sam, and then for no reason got into it with Sam. And so Sam closed the shop. Okay. Hold on, let me make sure there's nothing on this thing too. Okay, I don't see anything. All right. Okay. So really, we've looked through all that stuff. We've looked through almost everything except for the final autopsy report.
What is the LHF for council meeting?
Lighthouse Foundation, maybe?
Lighthouse Festival.
Oh, Lighthouse Festival. Yep, there we go. All right, so we've got this autopsy report along with statements from the family. So statements there. All right, so this was done, I'm guessing the day that her body was found. So her date of birth, September 17th, 1984. So a couple days ago. And then there was a visual ID by the officer on the scene and a dental ID by the examiner to confirm it. Deceased adult female with fixed rigor mortis and postmortem lividity. Mechanism of death is asphyxia due to drowning. Wounds consistent with blunt force trauma to the back of the head. From the anatomic findings, the pertinent history, I ascribed the death to drowning. And manner of death labeled as accident. The decedent was a Caucasian female who, for unknown reasons, ventured to Valentine's Bluff late Friday afternoon or evening. So it happened sometime Friday evening. Very possible Friday evening.
Um,
What are you looking at? What's the
Something's not
question?
making sense. It says something about with fixed rigor mortis.
Correct.
Rigor mortis doesn't last more than a few hours. Bodies get tense after a few hours after death because the muscles all contract, but that doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
And usually within the 24-hour mark, for sure, the body's no longer in rigor, I don't think. That's what I was trying to figure out.
So, okay,
She
so
was
we're
dead 6 weeks. How was she in rigor when she was found? I just think it's weird.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Just really weird to me.
They may have not thought about that. So Bluff late Friday. Okay, so yeah, so we're looking at Friday evening. Her body washed ashore on North Beach and was discovered by boaters at approximately 11 a.m. the following morning. It wasn't 6 weeks later that she was found.
Why in the promo video does it say her body washed up on shore 6 weeks later?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
I'm not sure when they made that promo video, so.
I don't either.
Yep.
So she was found the next day then.
Yep. So.
That's entirely right.
Yeah, so it was discovered by boaters at approximately 11 a.m. the following morning. So 11 a.m. on Saturday is when her body was found.
11 a.m.
That should match up with the police report from first time, for episode 1.
It was very vague. Like there wasn't any dates or anything really specific. It just said body was discovered by visitors out of town. Came ashore, called police. Exhibited severe trauma, minor injuries.
I was looking to see if
People
there was a
gave
date or time
statements.
on the
No
time or
direct
date of the report.
witnesses to the incident. He drowned after being unconscious.
Okay, yeah, there's no date or time on the report.
Bodies floated in shallow water for washing up on North Beach. It's unknown why she was at the bluff at the time of the accident.
Okay. So, yep, so that narrowed us down to 11 a.m. when it was found then. So we now at least know sometime between 9:10 p.m. and 11 a.m. Correct?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And so they said that she was in full rigor. I was just looking up like for rigor, like when that happens, and it can happen within an hour or two after death. It can last for up to 24 hours.
Okay,
That would
so
make
it
sense.
can
That
last
would
for up to
matter.
24 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Like it should dissipate within the, it should dissipate within the day, but it can last for up to 24 hours.
Okay. So, let's see. The body was caught on driftwood and found with most clothing intact. Post-mortem injuries on the body were found over or around any ante-mortem injuries. And the post-mortem injuries make it difficult to determine the exact circumstances of the fatality and are consistent with those found on bodies which decompose at sea and with the scavenging behavior of animals known to inhabit the area. Telephone conversations with, or documents and evidence examined were telephone conversation with Eric Kovacs, acting county coroner. Identification at 12 p.m. A complete post-mortem examination was performed on the body of Elizabeth Ferris-Hendricks, whose identity was confirmed by an officer on the scene and later corroborated by the examiner via dental ID. Persons present for the autopsy were Timothy Lance as autopsy assistant. Clothing and valuables. So light blue blazer, light blue pants. So that confirms that it was indeed Beth with the Reverend outside of TJ's home. So yep.
Let's see, TJ's home, Beth. So she was there around 8:11, 8:14.
Yeah, so everything, so all clothing was waterlogged, including white long-sleeved blouse, underwear, stocking, socks, brassiere, 2 small silver hoop earrings.
Watch read 10:43.
Analog watch reads 10:43. Smartphone waterlogged and damaged. Key ring with keys, wallet containing credit cards, driver's license, and business cards, all waterlogged as well. She was wearing the like a blue pantsuit. So that confirms that was her. No, so it's not. So that is one discrepancy with the video that they made for as a teaser trailer for this season. Is that in the video they talk about it being 6 weeks later her body washed up on shore. Autopsy report says that that her body washed up the next day. So estimated time of death. It says the watch on the body shows evident water damage. So we're here now. So the watch on the body shows evident water damage. Tests on similar watches suggest that the watch could have stopped somewhere between 30 minutes to 7 hours after submerged in water. So it could have been.
It could be between 10:40 p.m.
Well, so 10:40
6 a.m.
Yeah, so. Well, no, so 30 minutes after hitting water. So her death would have been somewhere between 9-10 p.m. and narrowing that down to minus 30 minutes. So 10-13 p.m. So 7 hours. I mean, that would 9-10 p.m. would have been that's under 7 hours.
You're saying if the watch read that, you're taking 30 minutes away.
Correct, because it would have taken 30 minutes for the watch to stop minimum.
And then she was found at what time?
So her body would have hit the water 30 minutes prior to that time.
It could have been submerged for up to 7 hours. So
right, so it could have been 9-10, or it could have been 10 up to 10.
Where are you getting 9-10 from?
That was her last post. Right, that was the last. That's the last confirmation.
The watch can't last in the water more than 30 minutes, or less than 30 minutes.
No. Okay, so 9-10 p.m. is when she posted.
Right.
So she was alive at that point.
Right.
So we know that that's the last time she was alive.
Right.
So the watch stopped, or we know that her body hit the water at 10:13 p.m. Yes. So our time frame right now.
We don't know that exactly though.
We do because the watch stopped.
It says it could have stopped anywhere between 30 minutes and 7 hours after being submerged.
I'm trying to give but we're looking for a window. We're not looking for exact time. So to narrow down the window of when she was killed, we know that her body, at bare minimum, hit the water 30 minutes before the watch stopped.
Right.
So that would be 10:13.
But you kept saying 9:10, and that doesn't make any sense.
Because our window would be 9:10 p.m. to 10:13.
So the 10:13 is the end, not the beginning.
Correct.
Is what you're saying.
Yes.
Why would that be the end? I'm confused there.
Because that's when her body would have hit the water. So she obviously would have been dead by 10:13. Would she not have been dead by 10:13?
I'm not getting how you're concluding her body hit the water at definitely by then.
Because the watch stopped at 10:43.
But they're saying it could have stopped half an hour to 7 hours after being submerged.
So at the bare minimum,
okay,
if it only took 30 minutes for that watch to stop,
right,
then what time would her body have hit the water?
10:13.
Yes. So that means she would have been dead by 10:13. But she could have been
the bare minimum.
Correct. Yes, that's our latest window time right now. We won't know the exact time. So we know that she was alive still at 9:10. We know that she was dead by 10:13. Possibly sooner.
Her body could have been in the water. They're saying that her body could have been in the water 7 hours before her watch stopped.
Right. So if we subtract 7 hours, though, so let's say we'll use that then. We'll do the 7 hours.
I don't understand how we're getting such a small window in time. I'm just not following it.
Because we're taking all of the evidence. So so 7 hours. If you do 7 hours prior to 10:43, the watch had to be in the water for that long. Not out of the water. It had to be in the water for that long for it to stop. So 7 hours.
I was trying to add 7 hours to 10:43.
So 7 hours. Yes, okay. 7 hours prior to 10:43, she was still alive.
That I already figured out. I was doing wrong. I was trying to add 7 hours to 10:43. So
okay, yeah. So 9:10 to 10:43. Okay. Now then, the thing is, it says that the watch reads 10:43, but I don't know if that's 10:43.
We don't know if it's 10:43 a.m. or p.m. I'm assuming p.m., but I don't know.
We're assuming that it's 10:43 p.m., but I don't know if it's 10:43 p.m.
Well, because I looked this up just a second ago because I couldn't remember exactly. Gwen, the sister, And so after we completed box 1, we sent an email to Gwen saying, "Hey, we think it's Vanishing Beach, blah blah blah." She said, "I knew it. I told you she wasn't at the bluff, Vanishing Beach, blah blah." If Beth was on that beach when she died, then she didn't get those injuries from a fall. Someone attacked her. They carried her to the water, and the ocean did the rest. So I got your email. I went there, and that's when I found Beth's stone. Beth carried this with her all the time. She wouldn't have lost it. She must have dropped it. And that goes in theory. So to me, that seems like at night. She kept saying that she likes to go there to think or something. Somewhere in Gwen's stuff, she said that Beth would go there to think or mull things over.
Right.
I just can't remember where it said that at now. So it just makes me think that she went there at night. Like, I don't know why. I guess if we get to the family member statements, though, maybe Ruby did or didn't see her mom in 11 that night, which would help us narrow down if it was AM or PM.
Right. So that's what, so, that's what we're trying to figure out. So, so Gwen said no military time, and that's the part that's making it more confusing. If it had been that things were in military time, then I would be able to tell you that 10:43 means AM. You know, but because now it's ambiguous, you don't know. They didn't put whether it was AM or PM on there. It just said that the watch read 10:43. The body was discovered at 11 a.m. So that watch could have stopped at 10:43 a.m. if it had been 7 hours. If it took 7 hours for that watch to stop, it absolutely could have been 10:43 a.m. Then she could have, because then she could have been killed at 3 a.m. or 3:43 a.m.
I still let's keep reading through the rest of the autopsy report and get to the family statements, because I think it's going to give us more context.
So, so we've got blunt force trauma injury with minimal cranial fractures resulting in cranial bruising. Bruise measures approximately 1.27 centimeters high by 3.81 centimeters wide, with a hairline fracture of the parietal bone observed. Injury appears to have resulted from contact with a hard, squared object to the posterior of the head, hit at an approximate 60-degree angle. Okay. No artifacts of medical or post-mortem care are present. Next up, we'll see where that injury was. So right here is where that injury was. The back of the head. All right, so now we got some more internal examination, so skeletal and muscular system via radiograph. Fascial hemorrhages of multiple muscles of the anterior and posterior neck are present. So that verifies that, it took some damage to that area. Hemorrhages present due to elevated central venous pressure in the neck area, or the head through the veins of the neck. Subdermal hematoma and comminuted fractures of the bone are observed. No damage due to bone fragments from fracture observed in brain tissue. Okay. Throat structure. Doesn't look. Fluid was found. So that goes with the drowning part, or indicating fluid is from salt water. So, I wonder if it was, where's the, I wonder if it talks about, no, it doesn't talk about the lung, it's just respiratory and throat systems. It doesn't mention that there was anything in the lungs. Just says it was in the trachea. All right, so fluid distension.
It does say main bronchi, which usually does go deeper within the lungs.
Let's see. A lot of these words I don't know how to read, so that's why I'm not necessarily reading out loud. You can read it on the screen. Okay.
If you need to, I can. But yeah, even one of these I can't say that well.
Okay, so stomach was layered with solid, liquid, and then foam.
What are they saying? Was there food in the stomach?
Mostly digested food is found in the small intestine. Let's see. No evidence of issues with the heart. CT scans revealed hyperdensity of the aortic wall, hypostasis of blood, dilation of the right atrium of the heart, the supra vena cava, and inferior vena cava. Central nervous system. Brain tissue softening is present due to the settling of the tissue against the dependent part of the skull. Brain has become isodense. All right, so no laceration of spleen, adrenal glands, no lesions or injuries. Okay. Okay, so she was not pregnant at the time of death. And no antemortem or postmortem injuries to genital area. Okay, laboratory data.
Oh, they actually. I'm sorry, I didn't read too fast.
So let's see. All right, so it looks like her blood tox results. Ethanol is negative. Cannabinoids negative. Cocaine negative. Opiates negative. Amphetamine, barbiturate, benzo, methadone, PCP, carbon monoxide, all negative. Urine drugs, initial test results are negative. Negative for Hep B or influenza B. Negative for strep, meningitis, and yeah. All right, so evidence collected. So they did samples of blood, urine, bile, and tissue. So Jazzy, no, so she posted online as late as 9:10 p.m. Oh yeah, no, but well, so we don't know.
What's the question?
We don't know if 10:43 is AM or 10:43 is PM on the watch. So that's the unfortunate side, is that we don't know. So going off of, if it was 10:43 a.m., is that in the next part?
They actually say it in here under the summary. They actually say the map.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so we'll yeah, so we'll look at that. Never mind.
No, I'm sorry. That was what I had a no crap moment about a minute ago, but then realized I was reading too fast. So.
Okay, that means that makes sense. Now that's probably Jazzy probably saw that already too. That makes sense now. Sorry, I don't read all that fast, chat.
Well, you're also reading it out loud too.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. So according to the rate of decomposition of the body in 44 degrees Fahrenheit, salt water, okay, scavenging of the only lower abdomen. Body must have been found within a 24-hour period after being submerged. Furthermore, because of what is known about the brand of the watch described in Clothing and Valuables, it is presumed that the body entered the water no later than 10:13 p.m. and no earlier than 3:43 p.m. So we actually then, yes, no, so it's narrowed down to basically an hour. We have it narrowed down to almost an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So 9:10 p.m. to 10:13 p.m. on Friday. So seawater aspiration led to systemic hypo, whatever, causing, yeah.
Okay. Which line were you on?
Just start with the seawater aspiration.
Okay. Seawater aspiration led to systemic hypoxia, causing myocardial depression, which is like heart depression, reflex pulmonary vasoconstriction, and altered pulmonary capillary permeability, contributing to pulmonary edema, which is like swelling of the lungs, I believe. Contusions observed on the head are consistent in color with perimortem bruising. No defensive wounds or ligature marks present. Causing of death is drowning, evidenced by fluid in the lungs, throat, and sinus cavities. That sounds like she was alive when she went into the water and she suffocated by drowning.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was knocked unconscious. So we know that she was knocked unconscious and drowned
Mhm.
because of being unconscious and not able to self-rescue.
Yeah.
But we also know, I mean, we're at this point we know that she didn't hit her head falling down from the bluff.
Yeah.
Somebody hit her in the back of the head with a square object. So, so the next up we have the statements. So it looks like, yeah, so we got it, I think, narrowed down to, like, for our main objective wise, I think we've got it narrowed down possibly to the window that they're looking for, since it's down to an hour. 9:10 to 10:13. But let's look at the family statements before we submit for that. All right, so these are all family statements. So family statement of Jody. So Mrs. Jody Hendricks was interviewed at her family home by officers Alex and Sullivan 2 days after the body of Beth Ferris-Hendricks was found. Mrs. Hendricks is the mother of Mr. Josiah Joey Hendricks and is the mother-in-law of the deceased. After sharing condolences for the family's loss, I asked Mrs. Hendricks about her relationship with Beth. She responded promptly, practically cutting me off before I could finish the question. Mrs. Hendricks indicated that Beth had been a sweet addition to the family. Of course, she said they weren't without their disagreements, but the two reportedly got along as well as any mother-in-law, daughter-in-law pair. Mrs. Hendricks then recounted the events of the day, noting that she saw Beth come to the house that Friday afternoon, worked up into a tizzy, to talk to Mr. Hendricks. Mrs. Hendricks said she was unable to gather what had her worked up, but reported that she and Beth exchanged words briefly before Mrs. Hendricks went up to take a bath. I was an absolute mess coming out of the garden, she said to us. She appeared nervous or at least uncomfortable, rubbing non-existent dirt from her fingers and looking about the room for something. It's so easy for dirt to get stuck underneath your nails, It's not a proper look, not at all. Officer Castillo asked whether Mrs. Hendricks saw Beth leave the residence. Mrs. Hendricks quickly shook her head and said by the time she finished washing up, Beth had already left. Oh, okay, so Mrs. Hendricks was in the garden and had gone up to take a bath. Okay. Mrs. Hendricks then reported she spent the rest of the evening cleaning around the house until she and Mr. Hendricks settled to watch some television and talk. She recalled that Mr. Hendricks left in a hurry at what must have been around 9:30 because he was late to meet with Joey. Those two go work on the boat every Friday night, but I'm fairly certain they just sit around and drink beers. Not sure what for when they could just meet here, but boys will be boys, I suppose. Before he left, Mr. Hendricks reportedly helped Mrs. Hendricks with her medicine and tucked her into bed. Mrs. Hendricks appeared relieved, saying, "Martin will tell you, I have always been a light sleeper, but believe me, I didn't even hear a single firework." Mrs. Hendricks later reaffirmed that after Mr. Hendricks left, she fell asleep quickly and did not hear any news of Beth until the following afternoon when she was notified by the police.
Maybe he puts Terradorm in whatever she takes at night.
Maybe, yeah. Exactly, Yeah, she gets it from the shop that was closed.
Yes.
So Mr. Martin Hendricks was interviewed at his family home, also by Alex and Sullivan, again 2 days after. Beth and Mr. Hendricks both worked on the town council and frequently met at the Hendricks residence. Officer Castillo called Mr. Hendricks into the kitchen, offered condolences on our behalf, and led with asking how Beth was feeling when he last spoke to her. Mr. Hendricks was pensive but forthcoming, stating that Beth had come by that afternoon to discuss matters relating to the town council. He did not disclose what exactly those matters were, but mentioned he had been helping her with a proposal. Hendricks reported that he felt she had some frustrations with how slowly things were progressing, saying, "I tried to assure her that we were doing all we could, but Bethy, very headstrong, that one." Mr. Hendricks then described the rest of that day as an eventful one. He said work was hectic and he had somehow forgotten about his usual get-together with Joey that evening. Mr. Hendricks explained that he and Joey would often meet on their old family boat. Our heads are clearer out there, and it's admittedly an excuse to spend time with my busy son. He later claimed that he rushed out of the house as soon as he remembered, and that on the way to meet Joey, he received an urgent phone call from Gwen, who asked him to check on the pool's pump room at the Mariner's Lodge. He reported that a valve had broken, causing the room to flood enough to trigger the silent alarm. After waiting in and fixing the problem, Martin said he was so soaked that he called Joey to cancel their plans and headed home to dry off and get some sleep. He guesses around 11 p.m. So this is kind of helping, I think, establish some alibis for different people. We got the next one is going to be from Ruby Hendricks. So Ruby Hendricks was interviewed in the living room of her grandparents' home. Ruby is the daughter of the deceased. Ruby is a minor, or because Ruby is a minor, I asked whether she would be more comfortable speaking to us with her father present. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh, man, the Colts lost? All right. Let's see. More comfortable speaking to us with her father present. She quickly answered no and asked if her grandfather could stay instead. Mr. Hendricks complied with the request and remained present during the entire interview. So that's odd. Mm-hmm. She didn't want her father there, but wanted her grandfather instead. I asked some preliminary questions such as how she was feeling and what happened that Friday. She seemed a little uncomfortable adjusting her clothes and pulling her legs up to her chest. She said that Friday had felt like any other Friday. I went to school, came back, got ditched, and went to bed. Castillo asked for clarification on getting ditched. Ruby shrugged and said her friends canceled plans with her. When asked what time she left to meet them, she shook her head and said, I don't know, 8? So Officer Castillo then asked when Ruby actually saw Beth. Ruby recalled that she and her mother had made French toast together for breakfast and then met again for dinner that night sometime around 6. Ruby's voice broke slightly before she cleared her throat and continued through labored breathing. Mom gave me a couple of bucks, told me to save it for later, and then I left. She claimed she ran home after about an hour and came home to an empty house, but before Officer Castillo or I could ask any more questions, Mr. Hendricks suggested we continue at a later date, seeing how upset she is. So she came back, left about 8, came back about 9.
It's awful weird. The way that thing was posted, it made it look like she never even left the house. Like, you know, she was in her sweats and looked like dressed down. And
when did that get posted?
That's what I was trying to figure out. I don't have an actual time.
Do you know where you set the...
What?
Oh, I didn't know where the packet was.
Oh, it wasn't a packet, it was a video, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the packet had a photo of the video.
Oh, okay. Here. Okay. It's in there somewhere, I don't know where. Or not. Get back on.
There we go. Okay. They blew it. Nice. That doesn't surprise me though right now. Colts are not doing that great. Alright. So let's see where this one was. She posted, it'll tell us what time she posted.
Yeah, because her mom commented at 9, right? Maybe she did get ditched around 8 something.
So she posted this at 8:55. So she said she left the house at 8. Came back, so she would have returned to the house around 8:55. So about an hour later, the house was empty. Mm-hmm. And then we know that Beth was out arguing with Clarence at that time. Mm-hmm. And so 9:10 p.m. is the last time that last message that we saw. All right, so this is going to be the message from Joey. So Joey was interviewed at his workplace. Let's see, and obviously was married to the deceased. Witnesses reported the two had argued the night before at a local restaurant. Officer found Joey cleaning up his office and packing boxes. When asked what he was doing, Joey informed us that he planned to move in with his father and work from home soon. His haggard appearance suggested a distinct lack of sleep. Castillo proceeded to ask about Joey and Beth's relationship. Joey stopped what he was doing and shrugged, saying, "I wasn't perfect, but she was my wife." I then brought up the witness account of their argument the night before and asked what they fought about. He claimed it was nothing significant and couldn't remember. When pressed, he shook his head and said, "Whatever it was, it's not important now." Exactly. All right, and then wrong thing. There we go. Let me actually get this over here. That was all right. Let's see. So, asked Joey to run through the day of Beth's death. He looked exhausted, finally taking a seat at his desk to talk to us. He rarely made eye contact, but he stated rather matter-of-factly that he worked most of the day. He reported that he had had dinner with Beth and Ruby and then wasted the evening at home until it was time to go have drinks on the boat with his father, who he was to meet at 10 p.m. After his father canceled, Joey claimed to have remained on the boat until the sun rose. He said when he returned home, Beth wasn't there. He concluded the interview by asking if Joey had any idea why Beth would have gone to the Bluffs. His eyes began to water as he hit the arms of his chair. He responded with a raised voice saying, "No, I don't. Beth had a habit of running off when things didn't go her way, and I had a habit of not asking where or why." After a moment's pause, Joey asked if we needed anything else and rushed us out of his office before we could answer. So he had to have left then. He had to have left the house by 8:55.
Joey?
Yeah. Because Ruby said she came home and no one was, and the house was empty. She came home to an empty home. So if he wasn't meeting his dad until 10 p.m., why would he need to leave
Maybe he was meeting up with Sam.
2 to 2.5 hours early? Possible. Maybe it was meeting with Sam. No,
Sam got in a fight with his wife that day.
Yeah.
And
Possible.
his
He
wife,
may have gone to meet with Sam.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we've got it, right? So we think we know the answer. So we never did figure this out, though, for the keep safe, did we?
Nope. I was about to say, let's just grind it out.
All right, so years of light, shift all things, even stone. So I'm guessing that that's a reference to the stone that she always carried that says hope. That's, I mean, I'm pretty confident that's what that is.
So I feel like...
So years of light.
I think the question is how much we shift it, right?
Right, that's the number we need to find.
There's two ways we can do it. We do it the hard way, we just grind it out, or we start digging back through all this stuff. Does anyone have any ideas on how many numbers we should shift this at all?
I mean, we tried the daughter, we tried the age of the daughter.
Did you try hope backwards? I doubt it's that obvious, but
No. Yeah. Nope, incorrect. So
I just get it out there just to make sure.
Yeah. Years of light. So would it be something to do with the lighthouse, maybe?
Ooh, look, the lighthouse was built in let me see.
You know, we had some stuff about the lighthouse, didn't we?
It was created in 1851.
It's
so
the eighth. Well, we already tried 8. It's the 8th wonder in the world, so we tried 8 already.
Yeah. We want to try 1851. So like shift the first letter 1, shift the second letter 8.
So we call our lighthouse the 8th wonder of the world. Started off years ago. Okay.
She had that coaster on her desk. Let me see.
I don't see anything about here about a number.
This was on her desk. Gwen sent us.
The Mr. Lighthouse.
So
Um,
I'm really wondering if 1851 we shift each letter.
maybe. So shift H. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see if that's anything. So the lighthouse was founded in 1851. So we're shifting H by 1. Look at the number right here.
Okay.
Oh no, here. Hold on. Sorry.
Sorry.
You go to A, so 0, right? So not
Okay.
shifted by 1.
Okay.
So H would be I.
Okay. And then the next one we're going to shift is 8.
And then so then shifted by 8.
So 8. So 8 would be on the A, right?
Yep.
So then
So you're looking at O.
All right. So it'd be W.
Okay.
And P.
Shifted by 5. Okay.
Back to 1 again. It's awful complicated. Probably not right, but
It worked. We're in.
That one was.
We are
painful.
in chat. So yeah.
Never gone that
So
bad.
Years of Light was reference to the lighthouse and the year that the lighthouse was made.
Dang.
So lighthouse was founded in 1851. So each letter had to be shifted by that number, and it corresponds to the letter. So H got shifted by 1, O got shifted by 8. Man.
I did not think that was going to actually work. That seemed way too complicated.
So let's see what's in her keep safe.
Let me write that down because that's not going to be. This one. This one, yeah.
Ruby,
try Ruby. Right.
The departed shifts in the reflection of the year. The departed shifts in the reflection of the year. 1581. Reflection of the year. The departed. So
maybe.
So the departed would be.
So the only thing I can think of other than that would be when she departed to go to the mainland for school. But yeah, I'm thinking it's probably much more.
It's probably maybe
Mallory
Beth.
Rock
So
specific.
taking Beth and shifting it. The departed, right? She's or is that I don't know.
I'm trying to decide if that was the departed like from the island or the departed like the ship itself. Because there was a ship that sailed here. I'm trying to get the name of it. And letters, though.
What was the
Mallory Rock Lighthouse? I'm gonna see if I have the name of the ship that sailed over here. I think it was a Siren, which is 5 letters, though. It could be that.
Edgar's not 4 letters.
Read it to me again. Read the clue.
Mallory's ship is
the Siren.
yeah, the Siren. Okay.
It's got to be something Mallory Rock related. She loved this island.
Yeah.
That was her thing, right? The island's her baby. So it's got to be a reference to something in there.
The Bard of Avon. So would it be Avon?
Well, see, the thing is, everything that's sent in those emails is not supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun, extra, not forced part of the story.
Right. Okay. So.
Not everyone signs up to receive those.
Yeah.
So read it again. The departed.
The departed shifts in the reflection of the year. So I'm guessing reflection of the year is just the 1851 backwards. So 1581. But I don't
Is it a
know. But it says
number?
The Departed shifts, so I don't know who The Departed is.
It won't let you type in a number.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So one. What did I say? 1581.
581. For how hard the first one is, it
Nope.
should be easier.
Okay, so these ones are not. So let's look at Ruby. Okay. Out somewhere. Thing in this photo. Nope. Okay.
Looks like there's a lot of trees. And a bracelet. What's she modeling?
Yeah, she's got some bracelets on, sunglasses on her head. I don't see anything else with the photo. It looks like it's just some photos of Ruby.
So many photos of the same thing. Those got to mean something, right? Keep
No,
it out
she's
for the
probably just
background.
she's probably just got it saved. Man, it's her
What
keepsake file.
teenager would let her save that photo, though?
Right? Well, I mean, I think our parents have photos of us that we don't like. But...
Sure, that was pretty.
All right, so here's the counseling email. So, oh, look at that. All right. So this is a chain.
What year did we think Edgar Mallory departed the island? What year did we think he left the island to go back to the mainland?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. I'd have to look that up
No,
back
you're
on this
fine.
one.
You're fine.
All right, so we've got another email from Clarence. All right, so is this in order? 5, yeah. So most recent is at the bottom. Okay, so all right, so this is from Beth to Clarence. So we've got, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to check in. After our last counseling session, you seemed kind of curt with me, and so I thought you might have been having a bad day, but you changed your tune almost as soon as Joey walked in. So I have to ask if there is anything that I might have done to upset you. If so, I'd like to clear the air and apologize. So his response was, your husband brought up good points at the last meeting. Points to which I merely recommended you listen. I believe all things considered, I have acted more than fairly towards you. Whatever problem you perceive is with you and not me.
Ooh. Bible verses.
Yep. Oh, he does. He changes it each time.
Mm-hmm.
He changes it each time, chat.
So each character tends to have their own way of coding from what we've learned from previous boxes. So like each character's code is kind of similar. They might change it up or make it slightly harder each time, but each character kind of does the same thing.
Yep. So, okay, so we'll have to look up this
Yes.
as well and see what the reference is. Yep, it's another Bible cipher. All right, so Clarence, is this about the town council? I know we may not see eye to eye on recent policy, but that has nothing to do with my marriage. Aren't counselors supposed to be impartial? You agreed to this long before I took office. Hell, you were the one who suggested Joey and I even try talking to someone. Please, if there is something else that is bothering you, let me know. You have been such a help to us, and I would hate to lose you over a misunderstanding. There is no misunderstanding. If you are so offended by my humble opinion, feel free to find a more impartial guide. There are several wise counselors at your disposal. Okay. So do you want to look these up in RSV?
Yeah. I'm just going to use the particular page.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's just easier. Ready when you are.
All right, so the first one is going to be Luke 1:2-5.
Luke 1. What numbered word am I looking for?
Number 1 through 2.
In the.
All right, next up you're looking Matthew 5:30.
What number?
Number 3.
Heard. Heard.
Wait, what?
Heard. Heard. Hearing.
Okay.
Heard.
Hebrews 8:8, number 3.
Maine. Main. Number 3, Maine, the third word, right?
That's what my guess is.
Yeah. Anything?
In the herd, Maine. Maybe in the main herd. No. Next one is going to be Romans 12:19.
Remember, sometimes it gets harder, so maybe it's just slightly harder. And we got to figure out what's changed.
Possibly.
The 12.19, right?
Mm-hmm. Number 6.
What? WHAT.
Okay, Genesis 4:14.
Wait a second. What's that number one? It says 12:19, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't say an actual verse line number, right?
It just says 12.19.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Genesis 4, line 14. And word number 5.
Oh, I made it mad. I didn't like it when I typed in Genesis and now I'm sorry. Genesis what?
4:14.
It's bringing up something totally not. You spell Genesis for me.
GENESIS.
4:19, you said?
4:14.
Sorry, every time I tried Genesis, it would pop up with, that's not spelled right. And then what's the word?
Number 5.
His, HIS.
Okay. Psalm 62. Psalm 62:1. Line 1. Word number 3.
Alone.
So in the herd, Maine, what his alone? Wait,
No, it's not making sense, is it?
no.
Maybe I'm doing it wrong.
You're in NRSV?
Yeah, it's a new
Okay.
revised standard edition. Okay, so I was pulling up what was stated and then counting so many words in.
I don't know. Those aren't making sense. So
No,
is there anything with those? Did you notice anything with those specifically, maybe? Those lines or anything that maybe context? No? Okay.
you talking to me or them?
Yeah, you.
I wasn't reading
Oh,
one
yeah,
thing,
you're okay.
I was just reading the one thing.
That's okay.
125.
This was at 5 days ago, 8:32 a.m. Okay. I don't know what.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that more. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not sure, Chad. If you have any ideas, let us know. But it's not making much sense. It's saying in the herd, Maine, what his alone.
So,
Yeah, that's what we thought, but it's not making any sense. When you read it, it just says in the herd, Maine, what his alone.
yeah, unless I did it wrong, which I could be, guys, so double check me.
Let me get this. Let me save this file real quick. Actually, I'll just copy it real quick. Copy. I'm gonna throw this in the Discord for you all. This is the counseling email. There you go. So you'll have that. And email from Jordan. Let's see. Download that as well. All right, so this one is from the JWE. Yep. Okay. So good afternoon, Mr. Woodward. This morning I noticed a discrepancy on your ledger between last year's adjusted basis of one of your properties and your reported tax information. I have verified with all the other documents you gave me from the audit, but I'm still missing last year's actual tax adjustments. Also, there are those large transactions that still need to be classified. When you've got a minute, give me a call so we can set up a time to discuss. Kind regards, Beth Ferris. Oh, come on, Beth. There's no discrepancy. No, everything I gave you is as it says. I didn't get successful by listening to small town accountants. I had to work for all of this, so if you want to find some imaginary problem with my ledger, you can keep it. I don't need you poking all around in my business too, so thanks and all, but I think we're done here. So, JWE Enterprises sounds like it was doing some tax evasion or something. So doing some tax evasion or something that she was finding. So that gives Jordan Woodard a motive too. I mean, she found discrepancies in his tax stuff and something with his business. He doesn't want her going poking around. So I mean, that is a possible motive. All right, so yeah, it just says Cora.
Are those the only 4 files in there?
Yeah.
Or is there anything else?
No, there's nothing else. I can't click on anything else.
I just couldn't see if. Okay, there's no way to roll it down.
Other than files.
Yeah, okay.
So who would the departed be?
I think like the only person who I know of that died was Cora Reaver, but they don't even mention when she died.
Oh wait, Cora. That's the name of the file. So if
But
Cora
it doesn't mention when she died.
no. But if Cora died,
yeah, because she's the scholarship that people donated to in Beth's honor. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
yeah.
in the reflection of the year. So
It says there's a memorial scholarship in her name. If I know much more about it, I don't know if I have anything about her scholarship. I didn't put a lot in there about that.
where was that seen at?
It was on the website. It's like a Cora Reeve Scholarship Foundation. Like it's on the.
We did, Kimberly. We got it.
What?
She was asking. We got the first password.
Oh, that one was interesting, Kimberly.
Yeah, that one was definitely interesting. We did get it. It was the word hope. It was shifted by the year of the lighthouse.
That Mallory Rock poster from that first.
Yeah,
box.
so the year was 1851. So each number shifted each letter by that number. So like H was shifted by 1, O was shifted by 8, E was shifted by 5, and then E was shifted by 1.
Cora Reeve Memorial Scholarship Fund. It doesn't specify here though, so we'd have to go to the website, which we can access through the.
Can you
Yeah, I
pull it
can.
up on there? Because otherwise I have to back out of this
Yeah,
to get to it.
No, you're good. Yeah. And so I need the Mallory Rock website.
Yeah. On the town council one.
I'm just going to each of the pages really quick. Yeah. Cora Reeve Scholarship winner, Eve Journey.
Say anything about when?
anything about a year. It's annoying.
So the departed shifts in the reflection of the year. So let's try it. So so Cora, we're gonna shift by 1. And then we're going to shift by
The
5.
second one was 8, actually.
Nope. Backwards. Reflection of the year.
Oh.
Unless it's that.
What?
Mallory Rock, established 1690.
But what was it? Departed, shift in the reflection of the year mean?
So reflection of the year, meaning I'm guessing the year backwards. Reflection, like when you look in a mirror.
Yeah.
So the departed would be Cora. So the departed shifts in the reflection of the year. So Cora would be shifted by 0961, just like how we shifted Hope.
We didn't shift Hope by 0961.
We didn't. We shifted it by the other one.
Right.
By the because that said something about light. This one doesn't. This one just says the year.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe it's just a theory.
It is a possibility. Yeah.
But we'll try the lighthouse one first. So 1851. So it'll be shifted by 5. CO is T.
The next one we shifted by 8.
That's an R. That'll be Z.
The last one will be a 1 again. If we get this, I want to write it down, so we didn't get the other one written down. So
Oh, I thought you did write it down.
No, I never could get it because you had already gone through it.
All right, so shifted by 1, so it's going to be a B.
E, T, Z, B. Go ahead now.
Nope, invalid. Okay, so that's not it. So let's try
The first one would be 0, so...
C.
What are we shifting? Are we shifting her name? Or are
We're shifting Cora.
Okay.
We're shifting Cora.
Yeah, that's what I was double checking on.
Yeah.
9.
By 9. So O would be X.
6.
Okay, shifted by 6.
That'd be
Okay,
an
R
R.
would be X. Okay,
And then 1.
shifted by 1, so that would be a B. Nope.
Okay. Do me a favor. Try these in reverse real quick. B, Z, T, D. B, Z. Oh,
No, B, Z,
yeah,
T,
D.
D.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. B, X, X, C.
Nope.
Okay.
So we may not be able to get into this yet
Yeah, but there.
for next time. We figured out the
Maybe.
password this time, and then maybe
Yeah.
next episode it's more.
Yeah.
I mean, if we don't know the year that Cora
Died. 'Cause
Died.
we don't, unless anyone else has seen it that I don't know of. So I couldn't find a single information about Cora's death date or anything about the memorial fund, like when it was started.
So, well, let's Oh, it's just remaining unlocked. So,
It's
You can
okay.
figure
I
it
know
out later.
exactly. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly what to do. So it's fine.
let's see.
Double check myself here with my.
All right, so we said let's go ahead and send this email off.
Yes. Yeah, I have the numbers.
Just to see what we get back.
Good call. Maybe that's what we need.
Did I ever go back to Ruby's good fence post in regards to the time? We brought that back up because it made some other things kind of come to light. She said that she came back to the house. So she got back to the house around 8:55 because that's when she posted. So she would have gotten back a little bit before then, and the house was empty. So her father left the house possibly 2 hours before he was supposed to meet his father at the boat. And his father never showed up to the boat because he was dealing with something else. A pool leak or something.
He was helping the sister Gwen with a pool pump filter at the.
Oh, no. So, no, Beth replied at 9:10. Ruby posted at 8:55. right, so we've got we said the ending time was 10:13, right?
Uh, 10:13. Yeah, so 9:10 to 10:13. Right. Yeah. We're gonna go off of their numbers in here.
Well, let's see.
We weren't gonna go off of their numbers, were we?
No.
13 to 3:43 because we've been able to determine.
So we know. So we know 10:13 is the. Oh no, yeah. So
Yeah,
because we know that 9:10 was the latest that she posted and was still alive.
Yeah.
So we've got it narrowed down to 9:10 to 10:13. So let's send this. Okay. So, I think that I'm glad that we just did this. So, let me look. I just won't scroll down. All right, there we go. Okay, so here's our letter from Gwen. Oh, I forgot. I did it in this snip and sketch thing. Open with photos. Need an extra monitor for this, right? All right, so this is the email we just got back from Gwen. So we submitted our time. We solidified it was 9:10 to 10:13. So this makes a lot of sense. Looking back through the Good Fences posts, I can see that Beth commented on Ruby's video at 9:10. This information puts us on the right track to find whoever killed Beth. If only I had called her like I planned to, invited her over to talk or something, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Were you able to crack Keep Safe? I got in, but can't figure out the Cora folder. Let's leave it for now.
No.
This information puts us on the right track to find whoever killed Beth. While you were working on the timeline, I managed to put together a list of suspects. Everyone I looked into has known Beth for years. I really can't imagine any of them killing my sister. I mean, we grew up with most of them, but I believe we're looking for one of these 6 people. Joey. So this is probably a good time to confirm with your list.
We're going to highlight the suspects.
Yep.
Plan. So I'm betting they're all on my list because they were already probably previously on characters.
Yeah, you probably have extra people on there.
Oh, I do. I have everybody, but I can now highlight who we actually know to be.
Okay, so Joey, Sam,
Yep.
Jody,
Yep.
Martin,
Yep.
Clarence.
Who's Clarence?
The Reverend.
Oh, Reaver. Got it.
Yes. And Jordan.
Yep.
So those are our 6 suspects. I'd be lying if I said my immediate suspicion didn't lean towards Joey. I'm pretty sure something was going on between him and Sam. Who else seemed to have her own problems with Beth? Martin and Jody have always been a little overbearing as in-laws. You saw Jody's note, and it's a little convenient that their alibis rely on each other. And then there's Clarence, who argued with Beth the night that she died. Who argued with Beth the night that she died, and Jordan, who had a falling out with Beth and is a total scumbag anyway. With this list and the time frame, I can start to gather information for you on each of the suspects. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. We can do this, Gwen.
So the times we sent in worked then, those were legit?
Yep, those times are the legit. So we know that she died sometime between 9:10 and 10:13 p.m. So we've got it narrowed down to about an hour.
I'm kind of shocked that Sam Gundy's dad's not on that list. For some reason, I thought he might be, because he's the one that replaced Beth on the council.
Yeah.
And it sounds like there must have been some important decision going through based on all the arguments regarding the council stuff. Like there's some dirt there somewhere. Someone was trying to push something through that they weren't going to get through probably without her gone.
Yeah.
Well, good thing she says leave her for now, because I absolutely in no way want to leave it alone for now.
Right?
I have to say, that one was a little harder than I expected it to be after the first box was so easy. What's someone saying about spending a night on a boat?
Oh, so Kimberly was saying Sam did it after having a fling with Joey, and then she spent the night with him at the boat. All right, there we go. All right, so episode 2. So this email is now in the Discord as well, showing that we've got that. Let me... Okay, I don't have anything in my email yet from Hunter Killer, but I'm sure that I will get that sometime today or tomorrow. So usually there's an email that I receive after we've solved the case to let us know that they're tracking that we solved this, or not solved the case, but solved the episode. Yeah. Oh, and then Kimberly, did you
We need to explain how we got to the password for the keepsake thing, or...
No, I already did that.
Okay.
So nice, Slim. So this was in the Discord, right? This was an email that was in between. So for those of you that may not have seen this at the beginning of stream, I'll cover it just real quick again. So the point of this one was to solve just a little mini mystery, right? So of what happened to Mallory. So the part that you have to look at is obviously that there was a carving on the tree called the Bard of Avon, 87th 1-1. So the Bard of Avon is actually a reference to what did I say it was?
A sonnet.
You're right, but it was a sonnet of who?
Shakespeare. Was it Shakespeare?
Yeah. So it's a sonnet from Shakespeare. So it's the sonnet 87, and then first line, first word, and the first line, first word is farewell. So this kind of helps answer what happened, I guess, right? Like, do we know? I mean, in a way, like it somewhat answers. It's very still kind of cryptic of what happened to Edgar Mallory. Whether it was saying farewell because he just knew that he was dying and died, or whether he left and went back like this says, where somebody named Thomas Edgar Mallory showed up as living in Bristol, or was the farewell specifically, if that's the case, right? Was he saying farewell to the island? Was he saying farewell to someone specific? What kind of mystery is solving? We're still convinced that there's some cover-up stuff going on with the history of Mallory Rock, and that something with their history is a little off, right? Like they said in the videos, there's something about this island's always a little off.
The people are fun. They're quite catty.
Right? I know. Yeah.
I like the drama.
So there we go. So we got this episode solved. We got the time narrowed down. We've got, I think, some information that's going to help us out on the next episode to help us with alibis and that sort of thing, and motives. We've got a definitive 6-person list now for suspects. Yeah. So I think that's going to be it for today. And for for today's stream.
I think I did figure out one thing. So I thought the video said that her body was like found like after being in the water for 6 weeks. I think it actually was found 6 weeks ago.
Oh, that's where we were getting.
Across.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's
so the
where I
video
ended
was
her,
saying
yeah.
that her body was found, that she washed up on shore 6 weeks ago.
Yes.
Not that it was after 6 weeks. It was 6 weeks ago.
I think that's how it is.
That makes sense now.
So that makes a lot more sense because that's how Gwen was starting it all. My sister's body was found 6 weeks
Right,
ago.
yeah, exactly.
So I just wanted to clarify that since I was the one that had misunderstood it earlier.
Yeah. Katie used to be addicted to soap. She's clean now.
Bless you, Katie. God bless you.
But yeah, so chat, I know this it eats away, I know, but it's gonna be another 30 days, chat. It's gonna be another 30 days before we get the next episode of Hunt a Killer Mallory Rock. So next month, October, we'll be able to do episode 3. For any of you that maybe missed part of this, I will get it downloaded. I will upload it in full up to YouTube. On the YouTube channel. If you missed episode 1, that's already up. So there you go. Feel free, click that link, drop a like, drop a subscribe, and feel free to just take a look at that video. So it's just like I said, I'll just download this VOD and we'll get it uploaded so in case anybody missed it.